Countdown, please. I'm Richard Lewis, reporting for CadeRed.org. I'm here with our friend Jakem from Rasta. They've just had a very tough game against Code Red Gaming, and they were on the losing side. So, what happened? It's the first question I should ask, really, because I thought that game was maybe going to be closer, and they got off to a great start. You looked really out of sorts.
Yeah, I don't know. We lost pistol first buy, next buy, so we were 8-0 down, and our aims were pretty shoddy. We weren't really warmed up properly, to be honest. We were just watching all the other games, and they kind of anti-stratted us because we PCW'd them the other week. And it was just a slow start, really. I think we lost like 3-3-1s they won. So it was just bad play from us, really. And CT side, we tried to pull it back. I mean, we got eight rounds in a row, so I mean, we just take the positives from the game and keep going on, because yeah, there's no point dwelling on the past. I think we played well in CT, so that's what we'll do into the next game.
What's the situation at the moment within Rasta? Because you guys always seem to have like these great teams on paper that have performed well at previous events, and then when it comes to actually sort of delivering for the Rasta name, it usually, if it happens at all, it's definitely you do it the hard way. Why do you think that is?
I think we've always been a slow starting team, and we take long to adapt. So as soon as we learn to adapt, then we just make it even harder for ourselves, and that's why we always get the 16-14 wins or 16-14 losses, like at Copenhagen. So I think we should do well in the low bracket if we just go into the game properly.
So now that you're in the lower bracket, I mean, how far do you honestly think you can go? Because you're going to come up against some teams that I think are, you know, pretty strong. If we look already, you know, I think the GLG lot are already in there, and you know, there's a good chance that you could be playing someone of that caliber if you actually do go on to kind of meet roughly where you're seeded. So, is there anyone you particularly fear in the lower bracket? Any games you think are going to be dangerous for you?
Not really, apart from if we got the top 2 seeds, but if we face CRG again, I'm pretty confident we'd beat them, because we know how they play, but we were trying to play our own game anyway in the last game, but we should have just, because they're just noobs really, so we should just beat them next time.
What about the whole kind of banter and stuff between the two teams? I know there was a lot of stuff going on with Critical and Epic LAN. I mean, was there any, I mean, are you guys all kind of palsy-walsy, or is it UK scene but with a little bit of rivalry going on?
I think everyone gets on with the team, apart from probably Critical. I have no problem with Luke, but he's a bit of a retard, so I understand why people would hate him. I probably should hate him, to be honest.
You must be in your element here, because there's been a lot of French teams, and I know how much you love your French compadres. Can you give us some insight, kind of being a spiritual kind of a connection with them all, as to who you think is going to do better out of the French teams?
I think TT Dragons, if they play on their day, then I think they should beat their games, to be honest. Kenny S is I don't think he's going to do too well, but that's just my opinion.
Is he a fish?
He is a big fish.
What about Crystal Serve? I got to ask you about them, because obviously your boy Weber is kind of playing with them, murking with them. Do you think they've got themselves a star player? Do you think he's on the same caliber as the rest of them, or do you think like sort of he's really slumming it and perhaps should have come with maybe you boys or something?
I think he's definitely a level above them, and I think it's kind of a stupid move, because the language barrier is horrendous. If you've heard their English, but then Weber doesn't know what's going on. He types where they type to him all the different positions because they don't know what to speak. So I just can't really see them doing well, to be honest, unless Weber just like really smashes everyone.
What do you make of the Crystal Serve kind of accusations? Because I know you're never short of giving your honest opinion. Obviously when they beat everybody online in the qualifiers, including Mouse Sports, who we all know won Copenhagen games, everyone was kind of saying they're going to dodge. Then lo and behold, at least one player couldn't make it, and they've had to bring a Merc, who's probably better than anyone else in the team. What are your thoughts about that? Are people right to be a little bit dubious?
I mean, they played online. They did play against good teams, but the Mouse game was a nothing game. Mouse didn't play properly. They already won their tickets, and they didn't want to give away strats, which is fair. So I don't think anyone can take anything from that game. Similar to what other games. So I guess just let's see how they perform. Looks like they've just finished. They probably lost. Yeah, Weber looks pretty upset. they've lost.
We'll get footage of that in a bit. What about Mouse Sports and MTW like not attending? I was kind of a little bit disappointed with the turnout, and Mouse Sports, I don't think they wanted to come because they felt they weren't prepared, but I've also heard rumours that maybe Rattlesnake's got a ticket for the Champions League. I don't know what it is. Maybe you can shed some light on that, but ultimately, do you feel a little bit disappointed that they're not here to rep the UK?
It would have been nice to see if they could have beaten the French teams, because I don't think, well, MTW got to play them, but it would have been nice to see Mouse play Very Games or TT Dragons. But apart from that, what can you do? I think I'd prefer to go to Champions League final.
Well, you've been to a lot of I-Series. A lot of people have been saying to me that this one feels a bit flat, a bit muted, not the same sort of levels of action. I mean, the exhibit hall actually looks like there's a bit more to do, but maybe just not so source focused. I don't know. What's your take on it?
It has been, I don't know why, but it has been a pretty boring LAN so far. It's been pretty dead. But maybe it's just because we're all getting old and we're just getting bored of this, I don't know. And this is for like the youngsters and like the massive losers. We're just like medium losers. So I don't really know. It has been boring, but I think it's just because we've been to so many now, we're just used to it and we just want to play our games and go home.
So, wrapping it up, final thoughts, Rasta Gaming, what does the future hold? Because I know Damage isn't here and he's not going to be with multiplayer anymore, and we'd probably be asking him that question if he was. What's happening for the team? And also, just as an aside, has it made a difference not having Damage here?
It's always good having Damage on our back. We definitely missed management at Copenhagen, because we were a bit down because we lost 16-14 to everyone, or in overtime. And usually you'd have Damage give us a prep talk, but he wasn't there. So yeah, he's always missed, and it's a shame he's not here, to be honest. In terms of the Rasta team, I can't really see us changing lineup because we all have a good laugh, to be honest, and we're at that stage now where we're just playing, having fun, come to LAN just to see everyone, and we should be doing well because we are getting better. But if you look at the team, like those players before I joined, they weren't really contending against all the big teams. So now we are. So it's much better, to be honest.
Yeah. And no plans to get Nadog out of retirement. Not going to see any Nade in action.
I think Naden's too busy clubbing it up, living the dream in Bulgaria. Yeah, Eamon's getting married soon. So,
really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
So
that's a shock.
The Mole's trying to come back. I think Mole's going for CSGO, and I think that's probably what Mouse and MTW are waiting for as well. So.
All right, well, and one final thing, if I don't ask you this, you'd never forgive me. The return of Brock to WWE. How excited about that were you?
To be honest, I'm more of a Rock fan, and The Rock would take down Brock comfortably, and he just copied his name. What the hell's that about? That's all I've got to say, man. People's champ for life.
Thanks a lot, brother. All the people out there at Cadre Door, we're going to have more video interviews, all coverage from here, I45 at the Telford Exhibition Centre.